Well, yeah, what's your name?
Tyrone Thomas, born and raised this county all my life.
All right, Tyrone. Hey, today you want to pop there? I got plenty of Pepsi. Go ahead and grab one.
Yeah, I drank for years. My uncle worked at Cafe Pizzeria. If you're familiar with it. The oldest pizza joint in one location, next to the public library. Library down the road, straight down the road. You see the public library across from the old National Bank. Now, 4 or something lights up, and on your left there'll be a pizza place next to the library. It's the oldest place since '51 that's been at one location in Bloomington.
You warm enough back there, Tyrone?
It was pretty cold out there. If I take this off a little bit, I can feel the toast already.
All right, good.
It's not that bad.
What? Where am I taking you? Wherever you want to go. Today's your day, riding in luxury.
Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm trying not to go too far because.
Put a couple of those Pepsis in your bag.
Okay.
You want to go over to the Mission, or where you?
No. I haven't seen my stepbrother for a while. I ran into his girlfriend about an hour ago at the gas station. She gave me $5.
All right.
And I was gonna maybe get some tobacco and papers with it, but he don't smoke. But,
well, don't spend it all in one place, as they say.
Well, I don't know how that's almost a possibility. I'm just a roundabout way of saying it. I'm just saying. I went there a couple nights ago, the Irish Shrine, to our left. I only been there once or twice with a friend and hadn't seen him in 20-some years. Been to his house once or twice and chatted with his dad. Told him I remember your dad said, or when he told me that you were so happy that you got a VW bus, one of those old Volkswagen vans. And how you're so happy, and how you introduced me to the doors, and I was like, hell yeah, brother. We hung out, had fun, and I was happy for a while. And we chatted for a while, and I told him, that how I just been through a lot, and forgot a lot, and stuff, suppression, and awkwardness, and slight abuse. I'm trying to get over.
What have you made a few poor decisions in your lifetime, would you say, Tyrone? Hey, we all have. We all have.
I have been on the receiving end and the giving end of slight awkwardness to a little bit of a hellish type of abuse with not only the voice but the body.
Have you done any kind of jail time?
Very little.
Very little?
As in, the longest time I ever did in jail was 10 months in about 2004. I attempted to take something out of the store.
Yeah.
Got caught before that happened, and ended up doing 10 months plus or minus a couple days in jail.
Where? Here in Monroe County?
That's correct. And I told them while I was in there, okay? And I was just telling a friend today, or this morning, I said, look, you know what? Out there while I was on disability and stuff like that, and in between jobs and juggling what I should do, where I should work.
Well, what kind of work do you do?
I think in some type of way. I said, look, me doing that for whatever reason wasn't very much of money or time or effort. I said, but I don't like to get in trouble, and you guys know that. I would rather not be in here. I said, but you know what? I'm comfortable. I have a meal. I get to watch TV and read books. And I said, almost other than that, I got a shower.
How was the food?
Hey, I try not to complain about any food. The first bite of any food is almost as good as the second, third bite. I know sometimes I have this idea of continually getting better in some type of way, but don't get me wrong. Something that's the first bite is still good can be, there's more food out there and not being too picky. You know when something kind of tastes bad or rotten, which no one really likes that idea. But then sometimes when something's always good and was good, it should always almost be good.
How about the jail guards? Were they compassionate and patient, or were they a little hard on you every once in a while, or how'd that go?
I try not to think hard. I remember that sometimes they seem like they slightly work a little slow.
They're not
for whatever reason it may be. I've just calmed down and relaxed, or I got a lot going on at the moment, and you never know which it may be. It's just, it's just sometimes you get a little antsy when you don't see family and friends, get around cars and get to be out in nature, because that's one of the things that got me doing, like, as of 3 and 4 years ago when I first was homeless after losing my first place. I was on a lease that was just me paying rent in probably 12 or 13 years, besides a couple uncles at one time, and then my brother and his girlfriend, her kids, for a few years.
How was the group home living?
The home wasn't that bad, okay? But
Was the food pretty good?
the food was pretty good too, okay? Because you go to Kroger's, but they also go to the food bank for part of their food too. Everybody that puts in on their rent, the rent goes for paying for the house, the workers, the land, the electricity and the heat and all that stuff, but it also partially pays for the food.
Well, now did you help in the kitchen? Were you any good at? Were you like the cook or what?
I think it's once a week or more. Each person that's staying there with assistance does one meal.
Ah.
And there's snacks like I think they're always on the counter. It's got to be certain types of snacks, no high sugary or stuff like that, but on the
well, like apples and bananas, that kind of thing.
Little snack, like Nutri-Grain bars and stuff like that. You have a snack before and after breakfast, and before supper, and then the only thing that was slightly awkward about the group home was
Were there a lot of
in a room with somebody.
Well, they kind of weird. There's some weirdos in there.
No. It was, in some type of way, it was a relationship problem that was a delay or something that was in the works, and also, but it was also something that was slightly also easier than doing a lot of work for too long and hard work, but it was an absence of that which helped, but it was also that you got to watch TV every day. You went to groups like 2 groups after breakfast, 45 minutes or less, and then 2 groups after lunch, 45 minutes or less, about.
What is highly structured?
You go to the YMCA sometimes once to twice a month or a week for only about an hour, and sometimes they would like for you to at the very least while you're there, walk the track 4 times, which is 1 mile, or something in that area. They don't just want you to sit there. They would like for you, since you're there, rather than just sitting around, please do something, or a little something at least. And
what's the nature of your disability? You mentioned you're on
schizophrenia, depression, chemical imbalance, bipolar, anxiety, and sometimes a little bit of pain because I was in a car accident multiple times. Hit on a moped 6 or 7 days before my birthday. The weather was so bad on the street I was getting ready to go to. It was the last snow of that year that was a hard snow, and it was like 6 days before my birthday. My uncle had just bought a new moped that it had its first tune-up, a Schwinn moped from across the Ford dealership.
a Schwinn?
Schwinn moped was at Ford Motor Dealership South, across from Lincoln High School South, and it just had its first tune-up. And once again, for the around 7 or some years around there, plus or minus 5 to sometimes 4, sometimes 5 days a week, sometimes a little more, and sometimes overnights, I was helping babysit kids with 2 people who were my age, who they had 4 kids.
Are you pretty patient with kids, or?
I am pretty patient.
Even when they start making a mess and throwing stuff around and don't listen?
Yes. I try not to get angry at them, and I don't like to see them upset. And I only smacked one ass one time, and I felt really bad. But she was, once again, since she was bigger and stronger and older than the other ones, kept on taking advantage of them. And I was worried about all of them, and I didn't want to scare them. So it not only scared me that I had done that, but it scared me that she did that to them again and again and again in some type of way. And you know how we usually don't like friction.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, we shun it. And sometimes when it comes back really hard in some type of way, we either learn to throw that here or there for a reason.
Yeah.
Not just no reason at all, but just because it happened to us, and we have a little bit of pent-up aggression in an ever subtle way, but maybe not in a way that we did receive it, but tried to forget, but forgave.
You're quite a philosopher there.
That belongs to all of us too.
Are you hungry? Can I buy you lunch? You want a sandwich?
Trying to think.
How about steak and shake? You want a hamburger or something? Or did you already eat?
I had coffee this morning, and I had a grilled cheese this morning at the church that gives food.
Yeah.
Somewhere cheap and quick. Steak and shake's okay. Don't get me wrong, they're a little expensive.
All right, well, I'll buy. How about that?
Somewhere up the road would probably be better.
Okay.
Trust me, I tried.
You're not a Steak and Shake fan?
No, I sometimes try to shy away from meat. Don't get me wrong here. Don't take this the wrong way. It is a slight compliment for an animal to say, I would not mind eating food for you.
You're more of a vegetarian?
I've done meat trays a lot, sometimes more than I remember or want to remember. But I'm saying it is a slight compliment, maybe more than we know sometimes. But it can be very scary to think that someone would come in, eat our asses, and walk away happy. But it is a way to survive if something was to happen. Would you rather be buried under the ground 6 feet where you're slowly dying of decaying with no life around you to hear or bring you back to life? Or would you rather, some point in time, which I heard was that you not only become one with everything and are at rest and are in emotion, it's multiple ways of looking at it that I heard.
Do you go to church much, or you?
I did for about 8 years. Every time the doors were open for me, about the age of 7.5 to 8 to 15.5.
Are you a Christian gentleman?
Well, I remembered that over and over and over, the line was, stay away from being torturous and try not to get into that type of crowd. And help people relax, stay calm, pump up the environment, build a relationship with the environment. And other than that, I remember summing it up a few years ago, which was in the beginning, the brightest star in the heavens, which was the morning star. Life and the marriage celebration of the morning and life beginning, the brightest anywhere and everywhere. For what space or air will allow us to know, feel, see, hear, be a part of, imagine, become, and the lack or thereof.
That sounds like Immanuel Kant.
That's the roundabout way it went into.
Oh.
For multiple reasons that I have learned about the falling angels, or what some have seen or heard or been a part of or can imagine or want to go through or now remember or stuff like that, was the idea that purgatory was in there, which is, after I've told you about the idea of forever,
Wait a minute.
life beginning and the marriage celebration, but never wanting to be murdered or tortured for too long yourself without being able to push back a little, rather than feeling delicate, honest, comfortable, and supportive of those areas.
Okay,
rather than being slightly pushed in a direction that is actually not the helping life, being uplifted.
Okay, why don't you pick? You want Kentucky Fried Chicken? Is that your? Does that sound?
Taco Bell's pretty good because they're cheap. And I see that they have a now hiring sign, and I know someone who worked there that I ran into a couple days ago.
All right.
Big Lots is good too. If you have a shop there, they can be out and in and out pretty quick with like a jug of milk and a bag of chips, rather than just, don't get me wrong.
All right, we'll get you something to eat, Tyrone, over here at Taco Bell. How's that?
But yeah, see, okay, so yeah, it's the B team of the bench, where space is like,
right.
We're married. I'm going to show you and tell you some things. We're going to get kicked off at the marriage celebration. And no, you don't like to believe in weapons and weapons.
I welcome to talk about what we get for today.
Tyrone and I are hungry. What do you want, Tyrone?
There's a $5 box. Or, the $5 box, see, it looks like it has 3 sandwiches, which is awesome for $5. I almost don't even need the drink. Or the cinnamon toast things, or whatever those are, that crunchy cinnamon stuff.
Okay.
Just the 3 sandwiches and a drink with no ice. Or they can keep the cup as well.
Okay.
I try not to go through things that are going to fall off the wayside.
That's good thinking.
Things like that.
Okay, we'll have a $5 box.
Without even the box, just the 3 sandwiches.
Okay.
And what kind of drink you want, Tyrone? How about a Mountain Dew?
No ice.
Okay.
Something.
No ice in the Mountain Dew, please.
No, if they have a Sprite.
Okay.
Or no, how about Sprite? You have Sprite?
Sorry.
Or whatever the clear one is.
Well, all right, yeah, Mountain Dew's fine.
No.
Okay.
Clear. Or
It's easier on the teeth.
how about 7-Up? It's easier on the teeth, apparently.
Clear. The other stuff
Okay.
is colored.
Okay, no ice, $5 box. Thanks.
Is that it for you?
Yeah.
540 and the second one is.
Okay. That's good for your dental hygiene, I guess, huh?
Yeah, and trust me, my friend, you wouldn't want to see the teeth of the dentist I've seen a time or two. It's a little scary.
What are you? Some of the.
I've smoked a lot of my life, and cigarettes, more than some would want to imagine and ever part of, and not as many as maybe some would believe for their
How you
age.
doing?
Tell them to keep the cinnamon things too.
You don't want the cinnamon thing?
Oh, I know.
Oh, you can keep the cinnamon thing.
And
Or you can give it to the next guy.
keep the box. Tell them to keep the box.
Okay.
No, seriously.
Okay.
It sometimes helps. A little bit of holding back and honesty can sometimes go a long way. Even if it's sometimes
Well-
some people's preference of this or that. I worked at Domino's a couple weeks back. My first job while on disability.
What were you doing at Domino's?
Electric bike delivery.
Yeah, can you put it in a bag and not a box?
Of the whole thing?
Yeah. Thanks.
And 2 nights from I think the hour was 7 to 3, and they were at night, so I was a little scared. My bicycles can be very delicate when you right or left. Believe me, I've been there a time or two. And not only that, but at night when there's a stick in the way, or you don't know where a pothole is, or a crazy wild teenager or college student. And,
Okay, look at that.
thank you, brother.
There's a 7-Up and no ice there.
Thank you.
Good for there. And there's the Taco
Thanks,
Bell
man.
goodies there.
And
All right,
I was
thanks.
scared because there was partying going on. It was a college
Oh, boy.
football night, and I had no idea. Don't think that I wasn't thinking a little bit like, is a college student going to come around and hit me in the head or something, or worse? Because I've heard such things. I've never.
College students?
Who knows? You don't know. A drunken uncle,
A jealous boyfriend?
or a lady is trying to have fun for a minute, being like, he'll never remember that in the morning, but he'll definitely try to think I'm funny and cute, or whatever it may be.
Wait, have you ever been
Just
married
for-
or?
No, just for fun, but also maybe just a little bit more than that to them, but also maybe trying to not be too unhappy that they didn't, hurt a little bit of someone for a minute, but they'll not know who it was or where it came from, and they'll be okay, but they also will, try to think twice about being a veterinarian clinic in the middle of the shopping mall. I'm just kidding. Partially.
How about your family? Where are your mom and dad?
She's trying to be everywhere as well. And that, I mean that in an honest sense.
Your mom?
Of honesty, that is something, and that's true.
What do you think? What do you think of these sunglasses?
I think they're pretty fucking cool. Scots, that's what I think. Oh no, they remind me of like goggles
Yeah,
for like.
Here, you like them? You can have them.
Sure.
Yeah.
I lost a pair a couple days ago, and I've given a few away.
Let's see how they look on you here.
I like them because they're big, and they're light, and they got the colors that are reminiscent of multiple colors, and they're not dark or too bright, not too thin, not too dark. Big, cover a lot of area.
You know what? They look a lot better, Tyrone, on you than they do on me, I think.
Sometimes that's a compliment, and sometimes I think you wanted me to say I think they would look good on almost anybody because they're that freaking cool. Maybe not the
Here, I got another pair like this. So here you go.
Yeah. Right.
People will think we're brothers now, right?
Hey, we are in some type of way.
But hey, all right.
We wouldn't want to deny a connection of honesty and comfortableness rather than not. And that's truthful.
Well, I got to get heading home. You want me to drop you off at the library or at the mission, or what do you have in mind?
My brother, who I haven't seen for a while, he, other than if there's one other small favor I would ask.
Sure, whatever you need.
Smokes. As in really cheap and not very many at all. But it's a slight bad habit, but not exactly.
I'm not a smoker, so
All right.
not yet anyway. Not yet.
And don't get me wrong here. I buy cheap. I buy share a lot more than some. I don't like the one they burn my money slightly. Having me rolling all the time for them and buying cheap a lot, and then they just keep going around in a circle. But vapes are nice too. Whether they be tobacco, THC, or CBD. Believe me, I do it different than some, which would be I will hit it for a second or two or less, hold it in so it saturates completely, and spread it all around the ground, get back and share, but not just some that I have them for any of them, but for real long, they can barely hold it in and blow it right out. Because if you do it every once in a while, a little puff, a second or two, every couple minutes or less, it's refreshing, uplifting, therapeutic, and
So you want me to drop you off at your brother's, or?
not sure where he's at the moment. I haven't seen him for a couple of days. Not that really long. My other brother, who is not too far from here, that's the truth.
Okay, where should I take you?
We'll go past this stop sign and just a little bit further.
Okay.
Next stop sign after this, our stoplight, is on our left, up after this one.
Okay.
And where I was babysitting kids for, I think it was on that house alone, maybe 4 or 5 years. And it wasn't too far from where me and my uncles were staying, so that was another advantage.
Were they uncles or drunkles?
They were uncles.
Okay. Am I going straight past this light?
At this light, don't take a left. No, wait. Next, after you go straight up, go straight through this light.
Okay.
If you don't apologize for that. Or you're around.
No. I need all the help I can get. Do you need my phone to call your mom or your relatives or something?
I'm sure she would want to be everywhere and mention as much as possible, and would not want to be in almost
Do you need to?
fashion.
You can use my phone to call your family if I'm sure they're probably worried about you,
I don't
huh?
have a phone number from any of them left.
Okay.
And then next left.
Next
I would
left,
come from here.
right here.
Yeah, left.
Okay.
Now, I went through here when I was babysitting them kids. My mom lived behind us at Crestmont, or what was called the ghetto, or small ghetto of Bloomington, which is probably.
Oh, they have a ghetto around here.
Well, it's called a small ghetto because of how many people are contained in one area who are low income, and some not working and stuff like that. I'm looking for. I go down this road. She said it was 8th Street. Okay, and I seen her. She said I go almost all the way to the end. Look for a yellow mailbox.
Yellow mailbox.
Okay, and I've been down this road when I was babysitting kids more times than people would even imagine that they had ever heard of this road. I've never seen anything like this. She said it's almost to the end, and then you can take a right from a yellow, go right across from a yellow.
Okay, should we go straight, you think?
She said it's a yellow house, and I think it might be on this road because I remember going down that road a couple
This road?
times. And she did say it's as you're heading this way.
Then we go back that way?
Yeah, I think it's.
Okay.
She said, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's.
Kind promo.
And no, don't get me wrong. I've been scared before more times than I want to remember. Okay, now here's a good one for you that I forget. I don't want to forget it, but hold down the middle of the paddle. Yeah, she said turn and see the yellow.
Right here?
Yes. A bicycle, lucky to be standing upright. Okay. Now imagine if that condom or tree or plant ever heard of food
This will do it?
or being held in place. Remember the time and heard of food, family, fun, females, and a bicycle that's lucky to be standing upright.
Okay,
Where
this
that
will do it.
goes- where that goes, hopefully it helps us all be better forever.
Okay, I gotta get going, Tyrone.
Okay, I'm looking for, she said it's a yellow house, and there's a yellow mailbox. I see that there's a yellow thing right there.
Yeah.
And she said it's on A Street, or Off 8th Street. I'm looking for, and I remember her car.
Is this it?
If you can give me just a little bit more time in the car, I'm looking. I remember
I'll back up a
she
little.
said she would be there in just a few minutes, and she was doing Uber.
Mm-hmm.
She said there's a yellow mailbox. It's on A Street. I saw a yellow sign right there. There's a yellow house right there. So that might be it, but I don't see your car. She said it's a yellow house. That might be it. But let's just a little bit in this area for a few more seconds.
All right.
She said on A Street. She said it's almost to the end. You'll see a yellow mailbox and a yellow house. And then she said you'll see my car. So it's got to be, if we take a left here,
Okay.
almost at the end. So it's either going to be, because I remember a lady who lived on this street, on this next street to our left. Next street here to the left. And she lived there, but that's not it. Okay, it's probably, if you go turn around real quick, real quick, it'll take just another minute and a half or less. Okay, if we go to the end, not this one.
They back that way?
Yeah, back that way.
Okay.
And then go to the end of this road, almost to the very end, because there's a house or two down there. I might think there is. She said, all the way to the end of A Street. She said, before you go into the graveyard, this right here says dead. Yeah, just keep going.
Go straight here?
Keep going. Yeah,
Okay.
keep going, please. Thank you. And she said there's a yellow house, there's a yellow mailbox. It's close to there. Okay. That's the yellow house, mailbox. I'm looking for her car. So this would be the turnaround point. Well, I'll just go back to where that one house was. I don't see her car.
All right.
Well, there's a yellow mailbox and a yellow house. Valhalla. Definitely not. I want to be in the middle of the night, daytime, all there. Alright.
You want me to take you to the library or somewhere instead?
Yeah, sure. If you
Okay.
head that way.
Yeah, I'm heading towards the library.
Yeah, library. Thanks. He would let me when I moved up on the hill. My brother, I hadn't seen him for a long time. I just had my first apartment out of high school.
Which high school did you go to?
Bloomington North, 97, undefeated boys basketball state championship.
Was Marcus Deborah the principal there?
Marcus Deborah was on the team. Not Marcus.
He was.
Seth Deborah.
Ah.
Seth Deborah. There was another Marcus. I don't think
So do you have a favorable impression of the Bloomington school system, or?
it wasn't that bad.
Oh.
I wouldn't want to be in a bigger school, but I also wouldn't want to be.
Were you on the basketball team? Were you on?
Last 2 years of high school, I did weight training right before lunch, all year round.
Yeah. How much could you bench press?
I could almost anything, which is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, that is good.
If you can do that at least one time, but yeah, I did before coming back to Bloomington. I did 4 years almost all year round of show choir and sports, and believe.
Cool. You were in choir?
Show choir and sports for almost
Were you
4
a
years.
tenor or baritone or bass or?
Close to both. Not the high.
Were you like
tenor.
Pavarotti?
No.
No?
The bass sometimes was not completely there, and the high tenor was almost not completely there, so it was close to a little bit of both.
Oh.
Well, I'm just saying because I don't have the best diet, and sometimes you say something really soft. I'm just saying.
What kind of tunes would you guys sing?
Song, what do you think? We sung Madonna.
Yeah.
We did one.
How about like Papa Don't Preach? Were you into that kind of
We did that one.
like a Virgin or Borderline? Okay.
But I remember we got to go to Nashville, Tennessee our freshman year during the weekend because of how far we made it that year in the state competition. Like number 2, number 1, number 2, number 1, number 2, and then like maybe 3 or 2, and then we were out.
How about Beatles? Did you do any Beatles?
We did this one called the Newsies. I think it's based off a TV program or a movie, but based off semi-reality where it was people that were young who used to wear a certain type of look and deliver newspapers, and based off a show, a movie, or somewhere around there.
Well, that sounds pretty interesting.
Nashville, Tennessee, Opryland for a business day that they were at the park with other people who were for I think 4 or 5 songs to give people at the park a break from either rides or their kids while riding and they're watching shows and stuff like that. A break from walking around the park, waiting in line, things like that.
What'd you think of Nashville? Is it a nice town?
I don't know. I didn't see much of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that I've heard it's a pretty big, rough city. Some people wouldn't believe it, but imagine our city and how Indianapolis is, and Nashville and Indianapolis might have about the same size. But they definitely, further south, is better weather almost during the winter, but during the summertime it can be a little hotter.
What do you do a lot of traveling? Where's the last place you went on vacation?
This place went on vacation.
You ever been to Florida or any of that?
Senior year family vacation. I'm thinking about going down there since I've been here all my life because the weather for this time of year here, after being homeless and being here all my life, down there it's going to be a lot better and comfortable, but also the work and the money and being able to be a part of those things just around the Walt Disney World area. When I was there, they have things that take you in their parking lot where you park all the way up to the very front to save you time and effort, and they continually do that all day, and just wiping those seats at night in hand, things like that. While it's comfortable, calm, no one around, and quiet, I can listen to my radio, be supportive of cleanliness and fun, food, and family for a fair price and fair weather and not hard work, not too long, and stuff like that. I'll have hotel resorts where maybe every once in a while I'll stay a night there, maybe work in that area, clean a bus or two from the resort to the thing, or in that general area of housekeeping, which I've never done, which is a good deal sometimes I've heard.
Yeah.
And then maybe ease my way into something around that area. But it's not hard work. You don't have to work with anyone telling you what to do other than go do your job. It's at night where you don't have to hear a lot of noise. And
Well, nothing wrong with a little peace and quiet.
That's right. The work won't be too hard for too long around extreme weather, and you'll always be close to,
How long have you been homeless? How long have you been on the streets?
Homeless can be multiple variations of words. It means you're out traveling, or that you're not on a lease, or that you don't own property, or that you're not in a contractual agreement to be renting a room off someone. But it's for multiple reasons. Sightseeing, saving money, meeting new people, and to not worry about who to have over or who not to have over, or what to watch or not watch, or stuff like that.
So you've been on the streets a couple years then, you'd say?
Well, I was staying in a Michigan.
Well, where are you going to sleep tonight, bud?
I'm unsure. I'm going to probably go toward Shalom Center or Beacon.
Oh, well, they're nice over there.
Yeah, and I've had this happen to me before, and it's the honesty. For the last couple of years of every once in a while being in between places.
Yeah.
As long as you don't trash a place or leave trash or take almost anything, if you're at somewhere where they don't look like there's, a bunch of life, or you're not asking somebody that you don't know, like, can I stay the night? If you don't fuck walk up their porch and it's extreme weather and you need to get out in the rain for a little while and take a nap, just don't fuck nothing up. Don't put no trash down. You know, and whatever. I've had that happen many a times. And I'm like, look, you gotta go now. I understand you're homeless in between places. You didn't mess nothing up. But I'm glad you got to get somewhere you need to were warm and are okay.
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 All right, good. I got to get rolling, bud. Make sure you take your survival kit, take your Taco Bell here, and
Okay. It's a sleeping bag with practically nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Sometimes more than I know. And it's the backpack is because someone offered it to me, and I like sometimes to carry something. I can carry a few things that, you know, and
okay, good.
you said grab you a Pepsi or two?
Yeah, go ahead and throw a couple of those.
Brother.
Throw a couple of those in your bag. You got your new sunglasses. You can probably impress some chicks in the library. That's what I think I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Look at these things. They do look good though, don't they?
They're sometimes easier or harder to impress than we may imagine. And that's even just with looking at them and thinking, oh, they think we're probably cute. That can go a long way, and sometimes it'll be like, they all say that. And yeah, we are cute. So I got 2, here's 3.
All right, 3's good, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just trying to slightly take my time, brother, because people in cars don't know how easy they got it sometimes for people who are walking around or have walked around or sometimes don't like to think about how much they did or didn't walk around. This chick here knows what I'm talking about. I seen her a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Look at her. She's all right. She's gonna be all right. She definitely don't want to go to the dark side. I know I've been there a time or two, and I don't like it. Not almost one bit.
All right.
But yeah.
All right. When you see me around town, give me a wave.
Hey, if you could pull up, she's getting ready to go that way. Because trust me, we've had a few nights where she's like, I've slept here and I don't like to have to be taken for everything. And she shared with me, can you pull up next to her as you go around the next stop sign up?
All right.
And she shared with me and I shared with her, and both in between places. And I'm just trying to talk to someone who I haven't talked to much, who's been nice and homeless as well. Maybe honk at her and like wave to her and just say, hang on a second, you're okay. Because it'll take me a second to grab my stuff because it's heavy.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Honk at her if you don't mind. Or just wave to her.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
I'll see you later.
Okay, yeah. Because I don't want her to run away too soon. I'm not so fast myself. I'm so young.
All right.
Try.
All right. Best of luck to you, Tyrone.
Thank you, brother.
You betcha.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you.